We've all heard the phrase, "start your day the right way." But what does that really mean? Is it just about waking up early, grabbing a cup of coffee, and rushing headlong into the day's chaos? Or is there something deeper hidden in those first moments when a new day begins? For me, and for many people on the journey of personal growth, the answer lies in the power of a morning routine, a space where willpower, reasoning, and personal values all come together. Morning is more than just a warm-up. It's golden time, the moment when you have the power to choose, to take charge of your emotions, steer your mindset, and prepare yourself for success. As the Stoic philosophers once said, how you begin your day shapes your entire life. It's in that first hour that you plant the seeds of focus, determination, and calm, the very qualities that make a day fulfilling. In this article, I'll explore with you why a morning routine is so powerful, how it impacts every single day, and how you can build a morning worth waking up for. 1. The morning isn't magic. It's about priorities. Many people still believe that mornings are a golden hour, reserved only for those born with the success gene, for millionaires who rise at 4 a.m. or hyper-disciplined athletes. But the truth is, the morning isn't some kind of magic. It doesn't automatically transform you into a superior version of yourself just because your alarm went off. Morning is simply an empty block of time, and its real value lies in the freedom you have to choose what truly deserves your time and energy. Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "When you arise in the morning, think of what a precious privilege it is to be alive, to breathe, to think, to enjoy, to love." This statement doesn't mention material success, nor does it focus on productivity. Instead, he emphasizes appreciating each morning as a chance to do something meaningful, to live fully according to your own values and choices. That is the core of a morning routine, prioritizing what truly matters, not trying to do everything at once. Not all successful people wake up at the same hour, but they share a clear trait. They actively set aside time for what matters most at the start of the day. During the most stressful phases of his career, Tim Ferriss, the best-selling author of The 4-Hour Workweek, didn't chase after a long list of morning habits promoted online. He didn't begin his day with intense exercise, checking emails, or reading financial news. Instead, Tim focused on one thing only: spending 10 minutes journaling. He called it a reset for the mind. This practice helped him clarify his emotions, identify what truly mattered, and set a strong mental boundary before being pulled into the demands of work. Tim once admitted that without this simple habit, he would easily spiral into confusion and lose control. It was a small action, but it was the key to staying clear-headed and keeping his day on track. Morning is a space untouched by the world's demands. If you don't set your own priorities, schedules, messages, and deadlines will fill in for you. You may not be able to control the entire day, but you can absolutely control your morning. And if you want your life to stay on course, let the most important thing happen first, not when you're exhausted and not when you feel inspired. There's no such thing as a perfect morning. There is only the morning where you know how to put first things first. And the best part is this: you don't have to become someone else. You don't need a complicated routine. All you need is the courage to choose what truly matters to you and give it those first moments when the day begins. 2. The power of the morning, foundation for long-term success. Each morning is not just a time to warm up, it is the foundation for long-term success. You can listen to hundreds of motivational speeches and read thousands of pages about the secrets of success. But if you do not learn to master your own mornings, you will always find yourself stuck in the cycle of procrastination, passively reacting to life. That is precisely why, in Stoic philosophy, the morning is always seen as a sacred ritual, a time to reset your mind, reflect on your own values, and ask yourself, how will I live today? Seneca, one of the greatest Stoic philosophers, once wrote, "Begin at once to live and count each separate day as a separate life." Seneca urges us to start living now and treat every day as a new life, a mindset that powerfully underscores the importance of our mornings. Successful people do not leave their mornings to fate, to their phones, or to email. They actively design every moment, even if it's as simple as sitting in silence for 5 minutes, writing down a single goal, doing a few stretches, or reading a short passage from a book. The power of the morning lies not in perfection, but in consistency and intentionality. When you choose to be proactive, you are already setting the tone and energy for your entire day. Look at the story of Arianna Huffington, a symbol of success who once collapsed from overwork. There was a point when Arianna was so exhausted that she fainted at her desk from lack of sleep and constant stress. This wake-up call forced her to reevaluate how she started each day. Instead of jumping straight into emails, Arianna decided to make a change. She woke up earlier, spent a few minutes in meditation, did some light exercise, and completely avoided her phone for the first hour. These seemingly small actions helped Arianna regain her balance, clarity, and alertness qualities she had once lost. From someone on the verge of burning out, Arianna rebuilt her sustainable success and became a role model for mastering the morning as a way to master life. If you want to take control of your future results, start by taking control of your morning today by leaving a comment. Win the morning, win the day, win your life. 3. The unique meaning of the first hour. When dawn first breaks, before the world erupts into noise, you are given a rare privilege, the very first hour of the day that belongs entirely to you. In Stoic philosophy, this isn't just a moment to begin your day. It is the golden hour to reprogram your mind, manage your emotions, and lay the foundation for every choice you'll make. This time is a doorway leading into a space where you are the architect of your own mind. Some may ask, is the first hour really that important? The answer is, it can absolutely change the course of your entire day. How you spend that first hour determines the quality of your energy, your attitude, and your work performance. If you start your morning in a rush, feeling anxious, or getting swept up by notifications and mindless scrolling, the rest of your day is likely to be spent in a reactive state, responding to life rather than taking charge of it. Pause and reflect. Every morning you wake up is a gift. What you do in those first moments doesn't just reflect who you are, it shapes how you will live. I'm not talking about grand gestures, but about mindful awareness, about gratitude, and about intentionally choosing your attitude each day. This is the essence of Stoicism: to appreciate the present, master your emotions, and focus on what you can control. In reality, Not everyone is able to own their first hour. Sarah, for example, is a marketing professional living in New York, where life moves at a relentless pace and work pressure never lets up. In the past, she used to check her emails and work messages the moment she opened her eyes, instantly feeling overwhelmed and anxious about unfinished tasks from the day before. The more she tried to tackle everything quickly, the more she found herself caught in a spiral of exhaustion, dropping productivity, and a constant heavy mood. One day, Sarah decided to make a change. She committed the first 15 minutes to yoga, giving herself permission to listen to her body, breathe deeply, and soak in a sense of calm. Next came 10 minutes of reading a physical book, not news, not social media. Most importantly, she turned off all phone notifications until 8 a.m. After just a few weeks, Sarah was surprised to find herself less stressed, clearer in her mind, and much better at managing her emotions. Work stopped feeling like a burden and started to feel lighter and more under her control. If you don't take charge, the world will decide for you. A news feed full of drama, endless emails and notifications will invade your mind from the very first moment. But just by daring to reserve that first hour for yourself, even if it's just a few deep breaths, a single page of a book, or a quiet moment alone with your thoughts, you've already started your day right. By mastering your morning, you are mastering yourself, one day at a time. 4. From hitting snooze to strategy. I used to be the person who always hit the snooze button, delaying my alarm, thinking that another 5 or 10 minutes wouldn't make a difference. But what I didn't realize was that every time I let a wake-up opportunity slip by, I was surrendering my initiative to laziness, letting my whole day drift by in fatigue, passivity, and lack of direction. There were mornings when I curled up under the blanket, scrolled through my phone, then rushed out of the house carrying the guilt of not keeping my promises to myself. This isn't just a bad habit. It's a cycle of stagnation that drags on day after day, slowly eroding my self-belief. Many people think that sleeping in is no big deal, but in reality, it's a test of commitment and willpower. When you choose to get up as soon as your alarm rings, you're not just defeating sleepiness, you're telling yourself, I am in control of today. I choose action. I don't let fate decide for me. In Stoic philosophy, every small decision is an opportunity to train your inner strength. Epictetus once said, "No man is free who is not master of himself." When you keep postponing your mornings, you're handing the chains to your old habits and lazy instincts, instead of taking the key to your own freedom. That's why the solution doesn't lie in waiting for inspiration or sudden motivation. It begins with simple rituals you commit to each morning. Get up when the alarm rings. Drink a glass of water to jumpstart your body. Move a little to awaken your willpower, and stay away from your phone for the first hour. The morning belongs to you, not to social media or email. When you choose good habits proactively, you stop being a victim of bad ones. And remember, big victories start with the smallest decisions. Tomorrow won't change unless you change today. Don't let sleeping in decide who you are. From this moment, turn your mornings into a strategy, not a matter of chance. If you think success is just about luck or inspiration, stay tuned for the next part, where I'll reveal the secret of people who never let chance decide their destiny. Are you ready? 5. Success comes from scheduling, not from luck. Success is not a gift that randomly falls into the laps of the lucky. It is the result of carefully planned schedules, executed with persistence, day after day. This is the life philosophy that the Stoics have practiced for thousands of years. Actively taking control of your time, managing every small block of your day, is the true foundation of lasting achievement. Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." The things that block you, clutter, vague feelings of busyness and procrastination, are exactly the challenges you need to face. Only when you proactively plan and clearly allocate time for what truly matters can you turn these obstacles into motivation for transformation, step by step, building success in your own way. Look at your weekly schedule. Don't let it be just a repetitive list of errands, paying bills, attending meetings, and handling urgent tasks. Let your dreams, core values, and long-term goals appear in every time slot. Want to develop a skill? Schedule reading time in the morning. Want better health? Block out time for exercise, even if it's just 15 minutes. Want to bond with your family? Dedicate breakfast or dinner to being together without any devices. These are not wasted minutes. They are conscious choices for what you truly value. Benjamin Franklin, one of America's founding fathers, a scientist, an inventor, and a symbol of self-discipline, began every morning with a simple yet profound question: "What good shall I do this day?" He devoted the early hours to reflection, reading, writing, and meticulously planning every important task. Franklin's schedule was not just a to-do list. It was an expression of the values and big goals he pursued. Thanks to his steady habits and his proactive command of every hour, Franklin achieved great things for America, from inventing the lightning rod to helping draft the Declaration of Independence. His success did not come from luck. It came from mornings that started with clear resolve and consistent action. Success is not the product of a single random flash of brilliance. It is the sum of small blocks of time, smartly arranged and repeated with determination. You cannot control luck, but you can always take charge of how you start your morning, every hour of your day, every day of your week. 6. Feed your mind first. In the hustle and bustle of modern life, from the moment you open your eyes, hundreds of streams of information are ready to sweep you into a whirlwind of anxiety, distraction, and pressure. But if you choose to spend the first 15 to 20 minutes of your day nourishing your mind by reading a book, listening to a quality podcast, or learning something new, you are actually redrawing the roadmap for your entire day. Some people might ask, can just 20 minutes in the morning really make a difference? The answer is yes, it can. A study by University College London, UCL, as part of the UCL COVID-19 social study, which analysed nearly 1 million responses from around 49,000 people from 2020 to 2022, found that happiness, life satisfaction, and the sense of meaning in one's work are all higher in the morning compared to other times of the day. I used to dive straight into emails, messages, and notifications as soon as I woke up, and I realized that only made me more stressed, more easily thrown off balance, as if I was letting the world dictate my mood. But ever since I chose to dedicate the start of my day to books, to quiet, to positive ideas, I have truly felt the difference. It's not just the feeling of inspiration, It's the belief that I am actively planting good seeds in my mind and for my future. The philosopher Marcus Aurelius once wrote, "The soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts." Your soul is colored by what you think about. When you feed your mind with knowledge, ideas, and positive beliefs, you are shaping the color of your whole day, even your entire life. On the other hand, if you only take in fear and negative news, you'll find yourself swept up in things beyond your control. The key is simple. Don't let the news, social media, or email decide your mood first thing in the morning. Be the one who chooses what enters your mind at the start of the day. Read an inspiring chapter of a book, listen to a meaningful podcast, or write down 3 things you're grateful for. These are all ways to nourish your mind, helping you stay calm, clear-headed, and steady, no matter what the day brings. I know the journey of change isn't easy, but every morning is a new opportunity. Thank you for staying with me to this halfway point in the video. To let me know how you're feeding your mind, please share in the comments. What inspires you at the start of your day? Is it a book, a podcast, or just a few minutes of silence? Don't take your eyes off this video, because next we're going to explore how to build the willpower to make your morning habit last. 7. Move your body. Are you someone who enjoys being active? Or do you often find yourself surrendering to the comfort of your bed, letting drowsiness cling to every minute, every second of the morning? If you're like most of us, you've probably told yourself more than once, "Today I'll start working out," but in the end, you put it off, waiting until you feel motivated. But here's where Stoic philosophy offers a powerful lesson. Don't wait for motivation to act first, and motivation will follow. Your body and mind are 2 sides of the same coin. Even a little movement, a short walk around the house, a few minutes of stretching, or just 10 push-ups has the power to transform your mood and your willpower. Modern science proves this. When you move, your brain releases endorphins and dopamine, the hormones responsible for happiness, alertness, and focus. That's why so many successful people, like Casey Neistat, always start their mornings with physical activity. Casey Neistat, one of the world's most inspiring YouTubers, once admitted that he doesn't always love getting up and moving in the morning. There are days when he just wants to sleep in, be lazy, and put things off. But he set a rule for himself. Don't overthink it, just put on your shoes and go for a run, no matter how you feel. Casey believes, if you wait for inspiration to start, you'll never have a truly powerful morning. He records these runs in his vlogs, inspiring millions of viewers to live proactively, not at the mercy of fleeting emotions. For Casey, moving every morning is how he takes charge and regains control of his life, one day at a time. The philosopher Epictetus once said, "No man is free who is not master of himself." This is a reminder for all of us about the power of self-mastery. When you choose to get out of bed, put on your workout clothes and take those first sleepy steps, you prove that you're in charge, not laziness, not excuses. This isn't just about physical strength, it's about the triumph of willpower. So don't wait for inspiration to get moving. Remember, mornings are golden, and as soon as you start, you'll feel motivation, alertness, and optimism rising with every step. 8. The power of morning rituals. Let me set a challenge for you. 10 pages a day, 15 minutes of exercise a day. Sounds simple, right? But let's do the math. That's 300 pages a month, over 3,600 pages a year, equivalent to dozens of books you once thought you'd never have time to read. That's nearly 100 hours of movement, boosting your health, your spirit, and your energy. And it all starts with one small thing, a morning ritual, repeated daily like a promise you make to yourself. In Stoic philosophy, it's not grand gestures that build resilience, but the small things done consistently with self-discipline. That's the difference between a habit and a ritual. A habit is something you do. A ritual is something you believe in. When you do something with intention and seriousness, even if it's just sitting in silence for 5 minutes or pouring your first glass of water for the day, you're not just controlling your actions, you're shaping your personal identity. Take the story of Oscar, a graphic designer living in Austin, Texas. Just a year ago, Oscar started his mornings in chaos, hitting snooze, checking email the moment he woke up, skipping breakfast, and always feeling behind and lost. Then he made a decision to change. He began with a simple ritual. Wake up at 6 a.m., sit in quiet for 5 minutes, write 3 lines in his journal, read a short passage from Marcus Aurelius's Meditations, then walk for 15 minutes around the neighborhood. Those small acts, repeated day after day, transformed Oscar from someone who was always reacting passively to someone who took charge of his own life. He says, "I don't need to control the whole world. I just need to control my morning. That's enough." And from there, everything began to change. A ritual isn't something you have to do. It's something you choose because you know it brings out a better version of yourself. Nobody needs to be perfect. You just need to start each morning with intention. One morning owned by you is a day you don't let life make decisions for you. And remember, consistency always beats intensity. You don't need to run for 2 hours if you can walk for 15 minutes every day. You don't need to read 50 pages if you read 10 pages every single morning without fail. Now it's your turn. Do you dare to take the challenge? Write in the comments, "I accept the challenge." 9. Gratitude and goals. Imagine each morning as a pristine new field where you are the one sowing the very first seeds. Whatever you choose to plant in your mind will determine the entire harvest of your day. Will it be haste and anxiety, or gratitude and clear goals? Starting your day with gratitude isn't a vague concept, nor is it just another sweet feeling shared on social media. It's a conscious action, just as Marcus Aurelius would ask himself each morning, "What am I grateful for today, no matter how small?" When you write down 3 things you are grateful for, a crisp morning, a healthy body, or simply a loyal friend who always checks in, you begin to shift your mind away from constant worries and pressure. Scientific studies show that practicing gratitude not only increases your happiness, but also helps you withstand negative emotions and makes you mentally stronger in the face of life's storms. But gratitude doesn't just keep you grounded in the present. It also paves the way for the next step, setting your goals. When you take a few minutes to write down your goals for the new day, ask yourself not just, "What do I want to do today?" but "Who do I want to become through these actions?" This is how Stoic philosophers reminded themselves of resilience, of core values, of the bigger picture in life. Goals serve as your compass, pulling you forward, keeping you from being swept away by trivial matters, and helping you live proactively and meaningfully. Gratitude is the anchor that keeps you rooted in the present, Goals are the sails that drive you forward. When you combine both, you savor each moment while constantly striving to better yourself. And even if it takes just 5 minutes each morning, the effects can ripple throughout your day and even your entire life. But maybe you're still wondering, can I really maintain this habit if I'm not a morning person? Don't worry, you don't need to be a morning person. You only need to know what you're doing and why. In the next section, we'll explore how to build a purposeful morning routine that fits you no matter what your schedule looks like. 10. You don't need to be a morning person. Just a person of purpose. Many people believe that to master your mornings, to live efficiently and energetically, you have to be a morning person, someone who's naturally drawn to dawn, ready to spring out of bed before the sun rises. But the truth is, not everyone is born that way, and you don't have to be either. The only thing you truly need is to live with a clear sense of purpose. Purpose is what separates those who take charge of their lives from those who just let fate carry them along. For the Stoics, purpose isn't just some abstract idea. It's the compass that guides you, the inner drive that helps you overcome the weight of your pillow, the pull of sleep, and the constant temptation to procrastinate every morning. Think of Marcus Aurelius, a powerful emperor, yet he once admitted in Meditations that there were mornings when he just wanted to stay in bed. But he reminded himself that he wasn't born just to enjoy the warmth of his blanket, but to fulfill his responsibility as a rational human being, as someone with a mission. For Marcus, every morning became a chance to do his duty, to live with meaning, not a battle against laziness, but an opportunity to live intentionally. And you know, even in religious faith, this isn't a foreign idea. God doesn't choose perfect people. He chooses those who are willing to listen to the call, who dare to step up for a mission. What he needs is not a morning person, but someone who lives with purpose, who begins each day with gratitude and responsibility. So you don't have to force yourself to become someone else. As long as you have a reason to get up, a goal to aim for, you are already stronger than millions who just go through the motions. That's the power of will. That's the strength of living with purpose, and that is the true spirit of a morning worth living. 11. Personalize your routine. On the journey to building a morning routine, many people fall into a common trap, trying to copy and paste someone else's process, whether it's a celebrity, a successful figure, or anyone trending on social media. But here's the truth. Your life is not a blueprint to be repeated. It's a unique design where every detail carries your personal mark. The real power of a morning routine doesn't come from the number of activities you do, but from how well it fits your life and how long you can sustain it. Start with small changes. Maybe it's 5 quiet minutes of deep breathing, jotting down 3 things you're grateful for, or simply drinking a glass of water and greeting the new day with a smile. Never underestimate those small steps because, as Marcus Aurelius wrote, every great work begins with a single stone. There will be days you stumble. There will be mornings when you wake up late, skip meditation, or can't find the energy to move. But instead of letting the feeling of failure drag you down, choose to get back on track. The Stoic philosophy isn't about perfection. It's about persistence. Fail. Start again. Repeat. Forgive yourself. Learn to get back up and keep moving forward, because true victory is endurance, not a single flash of brilliance. Jennifer Aniston, admired by millions, once shared her journey of finding a morning routine that worked for her. For a while, she tried every trendy morning routine, waking up super early, writing lengthy journals, intense gym sessions, complicated diets. None of these formulas really gave her the energy she was looking for. It was only when Jennifer started listening to her own body that she realized she didn't need a complex schedule, just a few simple rituals that genuinely suited her. She cut out the unnecessary steps, kept gentle yoga to wake up her body, washed her face with cold water to refresh her skin, and drank warm lemon water to cleanse. That simplicity and alignment with herself made Jennifer Aniston feel refreshed, invigorated, and truly ready for the day ahead. So don't turn yourself into someone else's copy. Dare to design a morning that fits your personality, your goals, and your circumstances. That's the real power of a morning routine, and it's the path to a life that is proactive, free, and sustainable. Every morning is a brand new chance, a blank canvas for you to take control, set the tone for your day, and little by little shape your own future. Remember, you don't have to wait for the perfect moment, the perfect plan, or the perfect burst of motivation. Change starts now. Even the smallest habit, the tiniest commitment, repeated consistently, will unlock the real power of your mornings. So ask yourself, what can you do tomorrow morning that your future self will thank you for? Maybe it's waking up 10 minutes earlier. Maybe it's writing down one goal, or simply choosing to start the day with intention, not autopilot. Whatever it is, do it. Start small, stay consistent. Don't just let your mornings happen to you, craft them. Turn each one into your personal masterpiece, because no one transforms their entire life in a single sunrise. But you can transform your life one morning at a time. If this message resonated with you, hit the like button, subscribe, and don't forget to check out the next videos showing right here. Your journey doesn't end, it's just beginning. See you in the next one.